But the other thing, and that's why I'm like kind of hesitant about it too, is they also require special mods. Um, and um, and so to get them all in there sometimes isn't always the easiest thing in the
Oh,
world.
well,
So I'm like, do I want to deal with the hassle? Knowing it's going to be a hassle, but once I get it in there, it'll work because um, the couple that I know that do, they it I got us 2 combines this time.
oh, okay.
Um, there's
Like,
another one over in the big field. There's a little field here in the big field, so
okay. I guess.
keep running into my head.
Well, yeah. Well, I was trying to turn around. This field in front of us. Okay. In front of
Yeah.
me, I guess. Okay. I don't know. For some reason, it didn't look like something to harvest, but um, yeah. Well, I mean, you can just try and see, but um, you're gonna be fine. But the way to tell is, I'd load up Nebraska as a 4X, and like I said, if your RAM usage while you're playing is, you know, if it's over, I'd say if it's over half, then it's RAM intensive, and if it isn't, but I guess hang on. While we're sitting here and we're talking about it, I'm online, by the way. I started my streaming, but let me see how much RAM I'm using.
I
And
haven't started mine yet.
While I'm going, and I have slower RAM than you because that's older and stuff, and I have 16. All right. And of course, I'm streaming. Let's see, what else do I got going? I got some other things going. I'm using 50% right now. But again, older RAM, slower. It's let me see how much farm sim. See, here's the deal. A lot of that is OBS. Well, not a lot of it, but like, okay, about 1,000 megabytes is OBS, and then about 3,000 is the game, and then the rest, browsers and other other stuff. So
Yeah.
It's the only way to know would be open up Task Manager right now and see what you're running at, just as a percentage, or the But I have 8 more gig available. And then sometime when you're on your own, just open up Nebraska as a 4X and see how
Okay, I'm on the task manager.
go to the performance tab. But
Okay, I'm on performance.
okay, hold on. Okay, and then you see you got CPU, memory,
Yep.
you got your disks depending on how many you have. Then you have Ethernet and then the GPU. So like right now, mine is running like I'm using 8 gigs. Click on the memory one, you can see the little graph. So how many does it say? It's gonna say something slash.
I'm using 8 gigs.
Okay, so pretty much. Now next to it, you should see speed and then like slots used. What does your speed say? I mean, I'm just curious.
Mine's at 260,
Okay.
2066.7.
Yep.
But this is the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, I don't have all the components yet to stream on the.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. That tells you. All right, there. Okay, actually, while you're still in there, go down to the GPU. I'm curious. Click on the GPU one. Okay, how much are you using there? What does it say percentage wise? Or
I closed out of it.
I'm curious now since we're. Oh, hey, Kevin Jones. Hey, we're kind of doing some computer
there's
diagnostics right now.
there's 2 GPUs. One says graphics, and the other's talks about the Nvidia GeForce
Okay, I want to see
GTX.
the NVIDIA. So, okay, yeah, because you got onboard graphics on that thing. So, what's the NVIDIA say?
Well, which one am I reading? Because there's a lot of charts here.
Well, just scroll down to the bottom. You're going to have utilization and then like dedicated GPU memory. I'm a little curious now.
Oh, okay. The dedicated is 2.4 out of 4.
Okay, so you have the 4 gig version of this same video card that I run, but I have the 6. Okay, that might be your limitation on the laptop. Well, I forget. You got that 4060 in there, and that's got like 12 gigabytes or something, or more of VRAM. So you're going to be okay. You're going to be
Okay.
okay. Uh,
Okay, well, I may consider trying them then. 'Cause
yeah,
there's, like, a
that
couple that I wanna try, but then the other thing that kinda scares me about a 16-inch is, a 16X is, um, you know how long it'd take to drive across that map?
well, yeah, it takes like 10 real-time minutes is what I've heard from.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shoot. So what do I? No, no, no. I don't want to fold the header. Hit the wrong button. Okay. But hey, Kevin Jones, sorry for the little false start here. We're talking. Okay, because I never really knew exactly what you had in there. But like I said, your laptop, like I always said, it's about spec'd similarly, not processor wise, but like, that's why it still runs most everything pretty good. It
Mhm.
is, and that's old hardware, mind you, because you know,
It's 3 years old next month, or at
well,
least 3
yeah, but
years
I
old
mean
since
it.
I bought it.
Well, right, and because that GPU is at least from 2019. uh, and it was even kind of getting to they were bringing out the next gen in 2019. So actually, it's probably actually older than that. But okay, probably your issue with the large maps is partially the draw distance, and then the VRAM. So the GPU RAM probably was probably what you were feeling when you said, "Oh, well, whatever the 4X maps uh didn't load, or you had trouble with the big maps because it's trying to
Yeah.
it just didn't have enough to.
It would bring in the map, like, the trees and everything were in the right spots. It just, you could tell it wasn't graphically right because, like, the colors
Well,
weren't
because it
correct.
was having a hard time getting all of the assets loaded in quick enough as you were driving. So yeah.
Well,
And look,
that was the thing, I wasn't even driving, I was just standing in a
well, that's what
spot
I
just
mean. It was having a
looking
hard
at
time
all the
loading
pretty
it all
colors.
in. Exactly. Well, and third party maps also aren't going to be as optimized as something coming out of Giants too. So you got to factor that in. It's whatever they're doing is probably a little third party map could be less efficient, I guess, in the way that they
Yeah.
programmed it. I guess is the best way to kind of. I mean, I'm no expert on any of this stuff, but I watched enough tech type people videos and stuff around this to at least understand, you know, what you need and what you kind of need and don't need and what. And that's the thing is farm sim is not, compared to other games, is not graphically intensive like even like Fortnite, which is not as graphically intensive as some of these old, these like the newest AAA stuff.
Well, and I've completely switched my Fortnite over to the PC because
Yeah.
the graphics are so much better and the
Well,
connection to the internet is so much better. And
yeah, because you're wired, or you have a better wire, or you using.
I don't have a wired yet.
Well, it has a
That is
better,
also
it has a faster
delivery.
wireless card in it. Is probably what you're feeling there.
Oh,
But just get, well, hell, you know what? And again, I was going to talk about this. I might be able to be live with you. Might be back there, and maybe we'll get together, and I mean it'd be just you playing or whatever, but we can just chat on screen or whatever, or, you know, or on.
well,
I'll. But
if you have your stream key, we'd be able to,
I, oh
because
yeah.
I could still run the laptop. I think I just have to would have
Oh
to change
yeah,
the
but see,
stream
your
to.
internet, your modem might not handle the throughput. I mean, it possibly would, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess I could use the laptop, and yeah, I guess I didn't think about that, but um, but either way, I have to look in my bucket of it literally is like a 5 gallon bucket of like cables and like coax cable and audio cable and just all kinds of cables. I probably have, well, I know I have various lengths like patch cables, Ethernet cables, but I probably have a 50-foot length, which would be more than enough, of Ethernet. And if I remember,
Oh well, I already got him coming, so
oh,
I
okay, because I
ordered
was
what
gonna
you
say I'll
told me to get.
bring it
So
along, and then if you have to just run it across the floor from wherever your modem is,
no,
because
I ordered what I needed. I've got that's the thing is I'm waiting for all this stuff to get delivered now.
okay,
Everything's ordered, and I'm hoping next week it all shows up.
where's
But
it coming from?
um, Amazon.
It takes
Yeah, it
a
takes me a
full
week. I
week.
don't have Prime like you do.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't always get everything in 2 days. I mean, most of my stuff is next day or 2 day, but I mean,
No,
as some
I
weird
don't
stuff
ever
will
get it.
take a week because it's not like it's.
Mine takes a week to a week and a half.
Hmm, I don't know. Well, and I know we've talked about this before, but I mean, as much little crap as I get on there that, and then I we watch some things on Prime Video, and use the music,
Yeah,
and the music comes with it too. So it's
yeah.
kind of like Spotify is probably better in its overall library, but you know, but just the free shipping and everything for like, again, I bought, well, I got a finally broke down buying a second monitor. Well, I bought I got it coming, and there's another reason I bought it sooner versus later, but I needed another DisplayPort cable. It's a, it's also going to be a 144 refresh rate monitor, so high refresh rate. So I'm going to swap what I'm gaming on now. I'm going to see if I notice anything with like what we're doing here, but probably
Mm,
not in Farm Sim, I guess. But anyway, eh,
that's one thing. That's the one thing we couldn't figure out. So my TV's HDR and my graphics card's HDR, but for some reason it won't detect it. And even though I've got that 8K, you know, high special cable, but
yeah,
we
yeah,
think we think that it just doesn't isn't right, and I need to try another one.
yeah, that could be because I watched some videos on that. If some cables are not like like they meet the spec, but they're just
Mm.
have enough, like, I don't know what they call it, but kind of like they're not built quite well enough that like HDR can't get through here like a tree. Oh, there is. Dude,
Yeah.
how am I gonna
Yeah.
how am I gonna get down the road without? I don't want to have to
Here,
detach the header.
well,
Hold
hold
on.
on. Um,
No, I
switch
got to
to
find a
mine.
place through the trees over here. There's a place. I was trying to go down the road to get into the next field.
Well, but that's what I was saying, because I could just take the header off.
Oh, I could do that too. There we go. There we go. Got it. um. Anyway, yeah, it could be like the cable is just just barely in spec, and for HDR to work, you got to have everything working. Like the connectivity's got to be like spot on. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like they tested oh uh like they bought 30 different cables from Amazon Basics to like, I don't know if they're $100, but like I don't know if Monster's a good brand, but some whoop-de-doo brand, that was for the same exact length of cable was, like 10 times the price. An Amazon Basics was like $5, and then or something like that, and then this one was like 50 or something. I'm probably
Yeah.
exaggerating a little bit, but and they found like even when you got in the high end stuff, they technically failed their tests. Now, did they work when they just plugged them in? Yeah, but were they perfect? And they found like the most expensive one was like a perfect signal, but then they also found like some $15 cable was also perfect that signal. But then it could just be manufacturing um variances too, as came up with. So they they bought like three of each and like then averaged it out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just saying that's definitely a possibility. You know.
Well, that's what Swanee thought,
Yep.
and he's like, I go, well, where do you get your cables? And he goes, well, I go to Best Buy, and I'm like, well, I'm not going there anytime soon, but as soon as I can try it. I guess there's no harm in. I'll just have an extra cable if it doesn't work, I guess.
Well, and see that's the other thing about Prime and all that too. I mean, not trying to sell you on it, but I'm just saying returns are extra easy with that, and that's sometimes what I do. I'll buy the cheap version of something and I get it and like, oh, this really is a piece of garbage, and I'll just return it and then buy a different version, or something like that. I kind of in a way try before I actually keep it. I mean, I have to buy it, of course, but I
Yeah.
can return it. I don't that doesn't happen too often actually, but there has been a couple of times where I'm like, oh man, this is garbage. I should have believed the reviews and sent it back and bought name brand. With cables,
A,
I feel like with cables it is a little bit of a crap shoot with them. I've
yeah.
never personally had a lot of problems with them, but like I said, just after watching some very scientific videos on them, I'm like, yeah, even the best cables you can get a dud here or there. Yeah, I suppose just try that. But anyway, monitors coming anyway. This cable was like, yeah, it was $7, so we'll see. But
Yeah.
but again,
Well,
it's
my
like
my
it
biggest
it
thing
came
right now.
same it came same day. The monitor's coming tomorrow. I was like, oh, so I'll be able to mess with it. But
Well, my biggest problem right now is I just don't have the right setup for the mics, and that is on the way. But I obviously have to wait till it gets here. So.
I guess I'm still not picturing it, but I take your word for it. I'm not picturing
Well,
how you
you'll
got it
see
set
it.
up.
You'll see it
Well,
when you
that's what I
get here,
mean.
cause
It'll probably make more sense. Um, and it's mostly because I don't use a headset, so I, that's one way I guess the only thing that's close to that is when I have my lavalier mic, so its receiver goes into the microphone jack, and then of course, well, of course the output is going to stereo speakers. I mean, this is in the garage, but it's not too
yeah.
much different from in here, except for I'm using a USB mic to talk to you here. If you want, depending on how you like, I'll just have to see how your setup is, but it's like, you could get an arm and a mic similar to mine, and then mount it to the table and you just swing it in and sit in your chair and go. Didn't want to wear
Yeah, but
headphones and
I
all
kind
that.
of like. I don't know if I'd like that being in my face. I kind of like what I have, but the other thing is like and I gotta wait on the wireless keyboard too, because until I get that, I can't just sit in my chair and game.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's another thing that's coming.
Yeah, that's
Like
probably
I've got
more.
all this. I got all this stuff ordered, but it's just got to get here, and um, it's just got to show up.
Well, I it's
That's all
on
there is
it's
to it.
on my profile. I'll have to find it and download it, send it to somebody just to show how, because that's what I used to do, is sit in my recliner upstairs. I mean, for the longest time until I built this desk, um, I sat in the recliner, and I still using the same wireless keyboard and mouse. Well, no, the mouse died, so I had to buy it. But after and had this board since 2012 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a Logitech. I'm not, but it with a numpad and all the audio control, which was kind of a new thing back then, to have
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. Now it's just, um, but yeah, I used to just set it on my lap, and then on the armrest of the, recliner, it was a rocker, and I could throw my feet up and just ran the. I had a mouse pad with a wrist rest that sat on the armrest, and that was my mousing service. And there you go. Uh,
Mm.
I would video edit, and so I had my three, because I had the TV hooked up, and this is when I had VGA and DVI monitors. So I had those monitors on a cabinet. Computer was under in the cabinet, and I cut holes in the back and put cooling fans to circulate air in and out of it. And so the computer was hidden, and had the audio hooked up through my home theater. And like I said, we watched all kinds of YouTube. I mean, I've always done that, but all kinds of YouTube, and like the creators back in the day, upstairs and move move the browser window over to the TV and made it full screen, stream stuff, TV shows, watch Supercross, motocross, find a pirate stream somebody was doing, and just watch it browser on the TV. I mean, I still do that stuff to this day. It's doing it back before it was cool, I guess, or before anybody knew. I mean, I even my first computer when I was in the Blue House. Well, you saw what I had. I even had it hooked up. My computer hooked up as a second monitor to my CRT TV. The one that, well, actually, I have it in the garage now. It's a shelf, but it was the one that eventually, when I got my flat screen, I sent that TV up to Fraser. Because it was better than
Yeah.
the black and white one we had up there. So anyway, so yeah, I'd been always doing that kind of. Yeah, once you get everything and situated and kind of figure out what works for you and what doesn't,
Yeah.
it's
Right now I'm waiting on the components, and then
well,
my thought was I'm gonna keep it jerry rigged, because like I can kind of work with what I got as long as the mic stuff shows up and the keyboard, and those are really the two things that I have to make it work. And then my thought is after the new year, um, probably on a Sunday after the stream, I am going to, because I gotta set set the second monitor stand up and figure out how to get that all attached. But so basically, I'm gonna have to tear down everything, and I'm gonna tear down everything and strip it all back, and then completely go through it piece by piece and put everything back together. Because my stereo hasn't been put together for several months now, and um, it's just been kind of a mess over here. So
well, that's it. Well, heck, what I'm finally doing now. Oh, you're gonna do that. Well, I found you can.
yeah, but we're gonna be headed to another field,
I
so
know,
there's
but I
no
was gonna
reason to scooch
I
through.
guess I'm not that full. I was gonna.
Yeah, well, so am I. You can unload without the header.
Well, I know, but I don't want to.
You don't have to put it in the green cart. You can if you want to, but
I just
I just have it. I just have the green cart here in case we needed it. But
well, we'll do it like
can just
how once left in college.
okay.
We just um fill everything up and then okay.
You'll have to take
Well,
your head off.
dude, I will. Okay. Got it.
You have to go to detach. Or if
Uh,
you're on the header
oh, there we
first.
go.
Yeah, you're on the
Oh,
header.
okay.
You gotta
Hang on.
detach.
Well, kind of forget which when I have to press a shoulder button when I look at the. I have to look at the help or the little cheat. Now lead the way, I guess.
Oh well. Hold on a second.
But yeah, and until really I move my computer into this, the little room with printer and kind of that quote creative room, have I actually had my computer set up fairly optimally the way I've always kind of wanted it? I mean, yeah, it could always be better, but because actually I have it tucked in this corner, uh, I can't have my monitor side by side, so second monitor I'm going to have to be looking up to see the chat, and right now I just
Yeah.
have I'm running in windowed. When I get that 140 hertz 44 hertz monitor, I'll be able to run in full screen mode and stream, which I'm almost running full screen. Hang on, I dropped behind a little. I got. Which way did you go, left or right?
Went left.
Okay.
I'm still holding up the road.
Well, okay, there you go. Because I got stuck in the trees because I driving from in the cab and the tree blocking that view.
That's the one time I do drive in the
Yeah,
cab,
I don't really
especially
like.
when there's trees around.
I mean, I know some non-farmer players probably love this because it makes them feel like they're doing. I don't. I personally don't like it. I guess it's because you know
Like
what.
what? Drive into the field?
Um. Well, no, they drive from inside the cab doing everything.
Oh, well, because they. It's because they want the. You got too close to that shoulder.
I I see that.
Oh,
Well,
you
see,
got
that's
too
the thing.
close
I
to that
can't see,
tree.
because you can't actually look around like in real life. And like I said, I've driven combine, and just like you, driven real equipment. So it's like,
Yeah.
this is kind of not immersive to me. Like, and I guess it comes from growing up playing.
Here's the next field.
Okay, I see it.
I'm gonna. How about you? Actually, these next two are right here, back to back.
Okay,
So what I'll do is I'll leave my combine over up here, and I'm gonna go back and get the rest of the equipment if you want to just get started on it,
yeah,
because
sounds
you
like a
might
good.
actually get it done by the time I get over here.
Yeah. Well, that's
I switched. Oh, by the way, I switched tractors out too on the green cart.
okay. Something a little
Um,
more traction or power.
actually, not power, but I went with something that's not what I call a squiggly butt.
Oh yeah,
Not not broke in
unarticulated.
the middle. Yeah,
Yeah,
articulated.
yeah, yeah. Well, and part of the why I like camera setup the way I do, I guess I'm just so used to old 8-bit through 16 to PS2 days, um, games, racers, where this was the only perspective you got.
Yeah.
So, it's just kind of like, I mean, for the most part, I mean, yeah, there's some games, obviously, that you could drive from in the car or whatever, change it a little, but you didn't have the free. I'm not used to having freedom, and of course, I didn't play whatever that the first 3D Mario where you could move 60
Well, I
Mario
didn't either.
64 when you could move the camera with him as you're playing something. I mean, I just didn't ever play those games.
Um, I didn't either. I guess the first sandbox kind of a game that I ever had was Grand Theft Auto when they changed it.
Yeah, from the top. Well, yeah, three or whatever, from top down. Because two, one, and two were like top down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
just used to having a fixed position, like directly.
I'm watching your stream. Yeah.
Well, I caught it, but see, yeah. Well, I hate it when it lags, and I don't know if that's partly you since you're kind of hosting it,
but,
or
but
if it's
you
the
know
internet,
what?
or
You know what's funny? You know what's funny um is Casual and I were playing last week, and um he was hosting, and it was lagging on his end, and it hardly ever lagged on mine.
hmm. It
It
might
was
be the
weird.
internet connection then too. I don't know. I don't know. I always figure it's probably a combination of the two,
Yeah.
but yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I just pretty much grew up with only ever one. If you're driving a vehicle, you only had one view, kind of one perspective, I guess. I mean, I do move
Yeah.
the camera around and stuff, but I I'll try driving from. It's just, and it's not a
That one
monitor
is hard
limitation.
because that's hard because that header is so long.
Well, I know, and see, like in real life, I mean, yeah, I can using the joystick, so I can thumbstick and look over at it. But like in real life, your peripheral vision, you see the edges of the header without. Well, and you can move your head, and that's why probably never happened. But I know that's why everybody's like, "Oh man, get VR in this." Yeah, actually, that would be very cool. I mean, I'd want to experience that, but it would be just so hard and probably to
Well,
implement.
I'd probably like until your eyes get adjusted, it'd probably be one of those things where you could only play for like 30 minutes, and then
Well,
you'd
I
have to
think
like
that's kind of with
quit.
regular VR anyways until you
It
sort of
it
get
is because
used
I've
to it.
played a little bit with VR. It's something to get used to seeing the world, and it's all bright and
Yeah. Well, and it, I hope it keeps developing and all that because it has come down in price and the hardware and such to run it like I think my PC could probably run it reasonably and yours probably definitely could, you know. finally getting,
Yeah.
headsets and stuff down to, well, I wouldn't call it cheap, but it's, it used to be like, even think about trying to play anything in VR, you were talking 2 grand plus all in, Now it's like,
Mhm.
okay, coming, you had to have like a PC that like 2 grand, and then the VR thing was like more like three, I guess. Kind of was getting going. Economies of scale and getting, it's getting, it's still got a ways before it'll be at like our budgetary levels, our level of
Mhm.
engagement in it. I mean, if they get it, where they can do uh wireless stuff to be good enough, no lag and all that. So
If you
that's all
well,
right.
I was gonna say if you want to, you could actually go on to the next field, but
Well, is it? I mean, you're in the next field over. One,
yeah, but yeah, well, we still got several left.
well, I know, but I got to get through.
Yeah. It's like we got a bunch of little small, well, fields like this, which are like they're still big, but they're small for these combines.
Yeah, that's part of why we didn't ever get any big, this combine we have now. Like my dad's out of,
Yeah.
you know, but that's why he's like, this is probably the last combine I buy, because any bigger, it's like, well, we'd still have to stay with the 30-foot head, like that, like the max for some of our fields, and actually in some fields it's too big, makes it do a lot of backing up bottom ground.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of know. Well, you guys
Yeah.
probably had some bottom ground.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, yeah, I'll just go to the next. We're gonna have that.
Yeah. The next one would be 45, and basically you just go up the road,
Yeah, I got down to
and
the.
then turn.
But yeah, up near the river and stuff, farther north, like your area north. Yeah, you can run the big stuff because it's all flat and square.
Yeah.
Let's see, you said 40, not 46. You said 45. Oh yeah,
Um.
46 isn't
Yeah.
added.
45.
Okay,
Yeah. 45.
I'm looking at my map.
Yeah. I have a kind of a plan we're going into, like what fields we're gonna hit in what order. Because we're kind of going, is it counterclockwise around the map, so that by
Okay.
the time we get done harvesting the last field, we should be pretty close back to the farm where we started.
Oh well, that's smart.
Yeah.
Got across. Yeah, it's funny. Uh, does
Oh well, there's probably limbs that you're hitting with
okay?
that combine.
Yeah. Well, I thought maybe I turned too sharp. I guess I should have cut through. But yeah, this definitely, and this is Pennsylvania, but this is like how, like even the the populated like residential areas are like houses.
Yeah.
Out at the end,
You may just have to
I might have to
drive
just
through the
overlay.
trees.
Oh, you know what? I suppose close the.
You can.
Okay, that would help.
Yeah.
The over.
You're on the header, you have to flip it over to the combine to get it.
Well, I'm found a way through the trees.
Yeah, I don't know how you get through that.
Well, I thought maybe it'd have a dirt road or something. Um,
Well, it probably does. We're just not seeing it. You'll
well,
see it. You'll probably find it when you
well,
go.
that's the thing. I was going around the edge, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go too far because it's like the road doesn't. Got it. I'm there.
I'm
If
there.
you're
Don't
watching
ask
my stream,
questions.
it
Just
was like, I mean, I probably should have real. Oh, I know what you're supposed to do is should have cut through the sunflower. That's probably what they want.
but they set things like that up, and then the only way that you could get through it is if you destroy the crop. If you got crop destruction on, it's like,
Yeah.
why didn't you either set a road up or something, but
Well, that's what I was expecting is a little, a little path or something. But yeah, I think that's what they intend. Yeah, there's a river over here, so you know. I mean, I see the wheels and the pedals and console stuff. And it's like that seems kind of cool, but I don't know. It also seems a little like you'd have to a little bit of a learning
yeah,
because you'd have to
it
map
is.
the buttons, and you're still it's not like having all. Of course, I haven't been in the modern model. It is probably buttons looking at the interior of this thing, but it's like you don't, especially like we're used to the older equipment, of course, where everything is pretty much a lever. You don't have levers. I mean, there's like one joystick.
Yeah,
So to me, it wouldn't add much to the wheel. Maybe if the input was like more analog versus control stick that I'm.
yeah,
But that's also what I think about kind of racing. Unless you get like a certain wheel that's not cheap but not expensive, like you're not going to have much better time. you know, stick or a D. Because like I watched know, well, Linus video, but they showed this $30,000 kind of thing. But then they were like, okay, here's your $50 wheel, and then here's this wheel, here's this used one that they don't make anymore, but it's regarded as like the best stuff. And they were playing the new. It was kind of a sponsored video for the new whatever rally game, and I was like, that game looks pretty cool. I mean, I could even play it, and it's like, but with a wheel with force feedback and all that stuff. That that seems like that'd be pretty neat, of an immersive
Mhm.
experience. But again, as a very casual gamer with modern games, um, just I wouldn't like. I'd want to go over to somebody's house that had a decent setup and try it. You'd have to learn it because it's pretty, you know, for the game, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of like this. You can turn on off certain aids like the crop destruction. That be like kind of help you. I've contemplated. You kind of maybe started some. I might, if it goes on when it might be out by now. Forget what. It's a rally car game. I thought about buying it, but it's like I don't have time to invest in a campaign. I just want to turn on a race and go, which sure you can.
You might you well, and your son probably would too. You should look into Wreckfest. It's been out for a little bit, like at least a year, if not longer.
Yeah, but I
And
see
it's
how kind of addictive
it's
he is to
very
this. It's like, I mean, I don't mind the gaming, but it's like I don't want him to be like. That's why he only
oh
gets to
yeah,
do.
it'll be like my sister's fiance's kids.
Yeah, it's kind of
Uh
like crack to them,
they're
and
they're yeah, they're always like, I'm bored because they're not playing a game. It's like I really don't care that you're not playing a game. I mean,
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. He still does all this other, and that's the thing. Like my arcade machines. I mean, I play them more than he does, but then he'll go through a stint where he'll play, especially like Rompers or something, which is a puzzle game that he. But he'll play Dig Dug. He's pretty good at that. He's learned to, but
yeah.
it's not like he'll spend hours and hours because they're short bursts, and it's about getting a high score, getting better and stuff. But again, it kind of keeps the playtime low. Like I let
Yeah.
him one time play this for like 3 hours, and he's been on some of the streams, and it's like
Hmm.
he's having a ball, nothing wrong with it. And he had to do a bunch of things before he could do.
Yeah.
Did good in doing a good, had a good week in school, all that stuff. So I mean, and he understands that, but again, he can't just like we're gonna play for about an hour here, or an hour and a half or whatever. Like I could quit after 20 minutes a game like this, if I felt like it.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't probably play this game alone for a long period of time to try to, if I was gonna do my own campaign, if you want to
Well, but
call it a
see, that's the thing
campaign.
is that
I enjoy
I
doing
don't
this,
really
but what I
I don't
enjoy
really
is we get to talk.
yeah.
I guess.
I don't
Um,
I don't do like that. Most of the time I don't do that what you um I like playing on the different maps and seeing the different countrysides and
yeah, and I mean, there's
working
time.
different fields.
Well, I mean, there's times where I thought, oh, sit down, make a real realistic, or not realistic, but my dream like setup or whatever. Use some of the existing, use the decorations, use the third party, let junk I download, throws
Yeah.
everywhere. You know, but
Yeah.
but I thought about, but then what? After 20 minutes, just be kind of bored with it. But then when it's kind of done, like okay, yeah, I can start doing some stuff, but I don't know. And it could be because we grew up doing this stuff, so it's not. To me, the neat part about this is it's a video game, you know, about
Yeah,
farming, you know. Okay. But I guess if I was just totally city and never seen this in real life, my only exposure to farming was YouTube videos and stuff. I mean, I suppose I'd think of it a lot differently. That's why I could probably get into doing like this rally racing game, whatever. That saw 'em. I mean, there's older versions too, but
yeah,
I probably could get into something like that because it's something I've never experienced and be a way to sort of feel like I could drive like that.
yeah.
For this, it's like it's too it's too simplistic in a way, you know.
Well, it is
But
because you're
but
not like
but it is.
unless you do the challenges. There's not really challenges. You don't have to.
Well, you make up your
If
own.
you make up your own how you want to play and what you're trying to do, and
Yep. No, and I get it, and that doesn't mean I don't like the game. It's just I don't play it for the same reasons probably a lot of people play it. Yes, they're like
yeah,
totally wanting to sim out and like no aids and all that and see what they can do, and I can respect the challenge of that playing within the game. I mean that's why people are all get all up in our get all into the sims and stuff because it's micromanaging. And I just again it's more me it's the little social aspect here. Okay, I'm done with 45, so where's next
um,
gotta
you
do?
want to go down to 58.
Okay.
You'll have to get back on the road that you
Yep,
were
and I'm
on
gonna
to
go
get
through that.
there.
Yep. No, well, I see 52, so 58 must be.
Yeah, and I'm done with this field, so I'll unload and then I'll bring the truck down to you.
But yeah, I'm gonna go out.
Okay.
Screw around with going through the tree.
Oh, come on. Well, see, that's kind of my thing too. Is like I've like okay, I'm gonna do this like a real farm, and um I'm gonna have to work at this and build. I want to build my farm from $0 to,
Right.
you know,
Like I'm
whatever,
having fun on
and
our no man's land doing that way, but again, I probably wouldn't do that. Well, I know I wouldn't do it that into it like that if it wasn't team.
but
Oh,
my
what about
what
43
what
over here? Do we not
I'm
own that?
doing that one next.
Huh?
I'm
Oh,
doing it next.
oh, okay. Oh, that's you.
Yeah, we're my plan is you go down to
Got it.
58, I'll do 43, and then
Okay.
we'll meet at 55.
All right.
That's what
Makes
I'm thinking
sense.
anyways. But anyways, I was like, I'll get into doing that, and I may do it for a week or two, and then I'll all of a sudden I'll realize like, I only got an hour maybe to play at night, and this is gonna take a lot of hours to actually do it this way, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
really don't want to sit here and keep doing it that way. So then I quickly give up.
Yeah. And that's why Tucker does the playing. But like when the corn's ready that I planted with that 2-row lister, I'll go harvest. Make him. I'll make him let me harvest it. Okay, it's down the
You
road.
make them let you yeah,
Yeah.
it's way down
Well,
on the end.
yeah. I just catching myself on trees. I made the map bigger so I
Yeah,
can
you
see where I'm.
you need to fold the extensions.
Yeah, and let's see. What do you just gotta see which all buttons I gotta do. See,
You have to. It's a shoulder button again.
yeah, but right
You got to
on the,
be on the. You're on the header. That's the other problem is you're on the header. You got
yeah.
to remember to flip over.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I'll get.
Why?
Is it what?
Pretty sure it's
Oh,
why.
old hard. Okay. See, it doesn't. It didn't. Oh, select next tool. See that isn't intuitive
Yeah.
to me because I don't consider that. I'm in a tool. Okay. Well, see that's the thing. See that's the thing. It gets a little too complicated.
Yeah.
Smaller. Studying the map just wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention where I was driving. I will say, watch the trailer, Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked one.
Uh huh.
Yes.
I didn't know there was a leaked one.
Well, yeah. You paying attention? Anybody on
Not
you
really.
on YouTube? Yeah. Like it wasn't supposed to be come out, but somebody leaked it. Basically, it's um kind of way kind of Vice City all over again. I'm I gotta say it's it, I might buy it just to screw around. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Um, thing is, it'll be like I'll need to. Oh, okay, going. Um, but yeah, it's Vice, basically Vice City again. I mean, it's gonna be different, like the storyline stuff, which I don't care too much about. But
You know, I question leaks anymore because
well,
I'm like
leaked as in, yeah,
it,
they might have
it,
purposely,
they
you
might
know,
have purposely leaked it.
but I don't think it has a release at a specific release date.
Um, granted,
I
it's
mean,
been a
obviously,
while
I'm
since
gonna
I
wait
last
till they get
checked
all
on
the
it, but
bugs and crap. You know, not I'm not gonna be buying it on release day or something. I mean, down the road, bugs patched and stuff, because it's gonna have them.
yeah,
Game doesn't basically
yeah,
unfinished game, so But I might consider. I'm strongly considering, I should say, buying it, even if I only play it a little bit. Like, of course, it's gonna be PC will come out later than.
yeah,
But and again, the trailer looks really good, but of course those are designed to look good. But it's 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 gonna graphics even if you consider that they're making it look as good as it can, it's still gonna look really good compared to
yeah,
other like other games that have people and stuff in it, like whatever the modern Call of Duty or whatever, this Starfield or whatever, where characters, it's gonna look like that, only with like realistic looking people, like GTA 5 looking people, only a lot better
yeah.
and more of them, like variety. So yeah, so it's probably gonna be a year out before consider it. But if there's online play, we might have to get in.
There's probably gonna be usually anymore they always do an open beta.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying it'd be one it'll be something I pretty much consider buying, even if it's.
It'll probably be more like 70.
Yeah, I probably will be. I'd probably consider paying that. How much I've enjoyed just doing this. If there's a way we can play that kind of game similar,
Well, there is.
you know,
There will be.
mission. Even if we do, if there's mission, fine. Like whatever you and
Yeah.
casual were doing in 5 that time, I want.
So what we're doing is a is like online missions there, which are different than what the game
Well,
missions
yeah,
were.
different than the campaign. I get. Yeah, that's what I mean. Whatever they offer. Because see, I
Yeah.
probably won't be one that will even really touch the campaign.
Hmm. Oh, I will. I'll probably even play through it. I think 5. I played through it like 3 times.
I mean, I shouldn't say that, but it's just like I I don't know. Don't don't think I like that kind of. I like more just somewhat sandbox play with loose,
Yeah.
again, kind of goals
Yeah.
like this. I mean,
Well,
we're making up the goal as we go
yeah.
along.
Um, the only thing was like what casual and I got into was that came free with the game, I think, and I think normally you have to pay like whatever
Oh yeah,
to
I probably
buy.
will. Again, once it's
So you'll be
available.
buying the game and then you have to buy whatever campaign you need, but it's still called a campaign. It's just an online one. But yeah, well, when it comes out, because I know you're not the only one that's interested. Like Sharky and Casual's interested in them, and we've talked about it, and so it's definitely been one that's on my radar that we're gonna have to stream.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna be such a novice at a game. I mean, being an aiming, hell, I had a hard time in in the
Yeah,
PS2.
but those
Well,
games. So the last couple have actually they either keep changing it or they make part of the campaign in the in-game campaign where you actually go um
well,
in
actually, of course, you're
target practice
watching.
so you can get
The
used
the
to it.
hilarity is of it. Of course, I have to go get my external DVD drive to even try put it on this. I could do it on but I am holding the the PC copy of Vice City, and actually
Yeah, I can see it.
I have it sitting um I have it sitting on my shelf, kind of as a play next to my YouTube play button and stuff. Little right on there. Hello, Mech. Recognize you. You must be a subscriber. Hope. I forgot to do the super chat call outs and
Oh
super
yeah.
thanks. Join
So
memberships, all that junk.
so I was messing with my badges today on my other
Oh yeah,
channel.
yeah. That thing
So
I
now
sent you.
so now so now when you subscribe there are 3 badges that you can get.
Okay, well, good. I can
Or
use
3
my.
not badges, 3 emotes that you can get.
Okay, well, I can use up some of my chat points tomorrow.
Well,
I got like forty
no, I don't
thousand of
think
them.
I don't think I don't think your chat. Well, maybe
Well,
I have one on there about emotes, but I
we'll
think you have to
update
be a
those because then
subscriber to get them.
I could give you like 1,000 chat points, unlock an email. Maybe it's 500. I don't know. It's some, but all there is that little like Pokemon Pokemon Yellow
Yeah.
dude like laughing or whatever.
Well, and
Must
the only reason they gave me that was because it was made by a creator that used the name Skull.
oh, okay. Well, anyway, I guess upload it to there too. I guess, but or well, I tell you what, I just used an online AI art generator, and I just put in Skull Crusher, and that's one of the. Well, no, I put in Skull Crusher Inc., and that is what it spit out, or one of the things. I mean, there was other ones, but that was the one I thought looked the best.
Yeah, it looks very streamy.
Yeah. But uh, it was just a free online AI art generator. I forget even the. It's in my browser history. I could look.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't. I've been messing with the PC and stuff. I haven't really done much. I need to get back on that. But the other thing is, I might actually wait until January to do anything, and the reason why is, um, I found out that as long as I'm not doing stuff on company time, I can. This place isn't. I didn't know if they were gonna be mad, picky about it or not. Yeah, but anyways, one of the gals wanted to make a present for her grandpa, and they said you can have the drafters, maybe have the drafters do it, for a case of beer or something. But they have to do it like on their lunch hours, and so she was asking if one of us would do it. I said, well, I wouldn't do it for a case of beer, but I'll do it for a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
And anyways, well, then I found out they have um they have a bunch of images in case they need to cut out in their generic images, in case they need to have something to cut out, because they do a lot of signs and stuff. And um and I was looking through there and I found a bunch of skulls, and I was like, this will be great, because like what I plan on doing is I was gonna borrow one of the skulls, but then I was gonna kind of change it to be in what I need it to be, or what I have envisioned
Yeah.
in my head, so it won't be exactly what their
Well,
image
that's with
is.
this
But
AR, this one here. It's like, well, that was pretty cool, but it's like, maybe it's, use something the basis to then change it a little if it's done with this.
this,
So,
this is yours. I
yeah.
missed a turn somewhere.
Okay. Where am I going?
I'm trying
55?
to g- I'm trying to go to 55, but I missed a turn somewhere.
Okay. Well, then where should I go?
Follow me, I guess.
Okay.
Not that I know where I'm going, apparently, but
Uh, well, I guess I would.
yeah, we're both going to 55
Oh, okay.
because it's a bigger field, so we'll both need to tackle it. It's got to
Up.
be.
Oh, yeah, there's a.
Oh, there it is.
I was going to
Okay.
say, it should be right at the turn, and then. Or no, that's a river. I thought that was a road.
Yeah. No. If you follow where I'm at, I'm up the road.
Yeah.
I turned at a house.
Yeah, I see that, but that's not a road. Well, I thought the river was the road. Yeah, I'm right.
No, but if you follow me, we'll get there
Oh,
because
I
I can
know.
see
We'll
it.
be going overland. But yeah. But yeah, is there. Yeah, so that's a river, not
It's
a
right
road.
here.
So how else are you supposed to.
We're probably on the wrong side of trying to get in here.
That's the thing. I'm looking at the map and I'm.
I end up. Oh yeah, there's a whole barn thing over here. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, a wheeze. Anyways, so I'm still waiting on her to bring me the image that she wants done. I flat out told her, I was like, because they were asking who would do it, and I said I'm willing to do it, but I said I don't drink beer. I said it needs to be a bottle of whiskey, and she's like, she she goes like, what kind of whiskey? Like like she thought I was gonna ask for the most expensive bottle or something,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, I drink Jack, and she's like, oh, I can handle Jack. That's not a problem. But she was supposed to get it to me over a week ago, and she hasn't gotten it to me. And I'm getting to the point now.
Well, I
It's
was gonna
like
say she's gonna run
I
out of
don't
time.
I don't think you're gonna get it in time for Christmas, like you were hoping. But anyways, I was like, we'll get through Christmas, get through the new year and stuff, um and then I'll be clear for the most part on work and stuff, and then I can actually kind of focus on it maybe.
Well, that's actually our texting conversation having got me to thinking about a couple of art that I could do. I just
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
because I got
Well,
to
that's
thinking
the
because
that's the
I was thinking about like everything I could do. And wait a minute, I could kind of do that too, differently, but use some of the same tools, you know.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, and that's the other thing is like if you think about it, like I've I've got to do that stuff. I've got to tear down my my current TV setup so that I can get it proper to be my stream setup, and um I'm
also,
like
speaking
I've
of
got to I
some of
gotta
that setup stuff, there might be. Uh, I got to thinking. I mean, I don't know what you got, or like there might be some
you'll
3D. There might be some 3D printed brackets or something that might aid in what you're trying to do. Yes, keep that
well
in mind because could well, you could design your own shit and I could print it and
yeah.
then yeah, I guess. I
Yeah.
mean, there's that.
Well, and that brought up another idea because
So
you asked at one point
there's
in time,
just
like if you
keep
ever
that in the
needed,
back of your head. I mean, if you get something designed here quick, I could bring it with me if you know what you
yeah,
probably don't
I don't,
need yet.
I don't have, I don't have, I don't think I have anything that I know of or I can think of, but who knows? Maybe when you look at it, you'd be like, oh yeah, well if you
Well,
did this,
and see the thing is there might be some find something even all those other things
yeah,
stuff. Like I said, I've been designing my own stuff. I've been designing my own stuff, but then I'm starting to search, and I was like, oh, well, they already basically made kind of what I want, so I'll just take their, which that's what these are, is remix them. I take theirs and then throw it into Tinkercad online and adding adding a little thing that kind of makes it work best for my.
mm-hmm.
So there's always that. I just had a thought. It's like, yeah, well, I could make you the
Yeah,
hell actually library. I mean, Jody does or has done that. They got like hot whatever for making actual, not like the way we've done iron on actual like have it her library. So she like whips things up and takes her little XD card over there and you can put it on stuff, not just tea. Made me. I, you
Mhm.
know, I mean, there's online. That'd be something you could do local
Yeah.
potentially.
I haven't been on our library for 10 so years, so I don't
Well,
know what they have
I didn't even
anymore.
about that, but like ours
But even
does
if
have
they
some of
didn't,
that stuff.
maybe Carney has it, you know?
Well, I fashionable like our little library that's. I know you. Not all libraries are legal. Ours has it too. Like up and have a lot of this kind of make.
Mhm. Actually, there's a guy at work that he bought his own press and he makes shirts all the time.
Yeah, well,
he
that's the thing.
we
Jody
had
like
we
that's
had
what she would
we
like.
we had we had state inspectors in there, so he made a shirt real quick that said OSHA violation and wore it
Oh,
the day they were there.
well, it's funny you say that because they were here Thanksgiving and made some stuff for the things that print. But
Yeah.
um, I was like, I always, I've been looking at them for years. Want have me on sale and just buy it. Think you'll use it. Yeah, I told her. She says, well, actually, before I think about something, I want like hot press, whatever, for doing the tea. Kind of telling her, just get it, use it. Yeah, you'll have buyer's remorse immediately after you click add the checkout. Keys, I bought it. Then got got different spools of different filaments stuff I've been, and some of it's
Yeah.
that, but like I said, with just full of like gray and black, stuff garage for
Mhm.
like I said, now I wish I had some of your skills, at least the software. I got it online, it's done everything, but everybody talks about a program called. I looked at videos and stuff. It looks like looks more complicated than just being able to whip up say like a cube with a hole in it. Take me a while just to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Have that kind of see a limitation is things like fillets doable Tinkercad, but way you have to go about and do it. Unless there's something I'm missing. Basically, you have to use like a object, like set your radius and move it in. There you go, and then
Yeah.
center it on the corner. Maybe that's sort of how regular. I don't know. Like just pick points on the square and then just say, okay, radius 5. Draws it. It's things like that to it's easy, but then it's kind of limiting because I want to get more complex. Got to kind of think different.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to explain what I mean. If you were trying to use it, you probably would. How do you even? Because you'd be used to just clicking, making lines, picking points on those. This
Yeah.
really don't.
Okay. You can get the
Yeah,
last little
yeah. I'm
bit,
gonna get
and then
that.
over here by the barn is where everything's parked.
Oh, the beauty I will say of like Tinkercad, eh? Lots of tutorials on. Also, got a lot of pre-made kind of objects,
Mm-hmm.
which means getting something started easier. Modified those. 5.
Um, I'm in 35. I guess it's another small field.
Okay,
There's
what's
39. You want to go up to there?
okay? Yeah, yeah. That. See, I was expecting to at least little paths or paths like this followed some of those fields
Yeah.
overlay.
Well, and I guess if we really wanted to, and we were really gonna play this map, I could cut roads in.
Well, of course.
It'd take me a little bit of work, but I could grind the trees down and cut roads in. That would make more sense for like you and I. But where we didn't expect this to be a regular streaming map. I don't know if I want to do the effort or not, you
Yeah, I
know.
would. This is kind of fun to have to find your way through and challenge.
Yeah, till you get really hung up.
Yeah. Well, so far I haven't got it stuck where you got to reset me.
Well, I hope the mic will show up this next week, and if it does, I'm gonna have to do like a test stream and see if I can't get you to jump in for like 2 minutes. Just to see if it works. And then and then hopefully by next weekend, I'm hoping this stuff shows up this week, and then I'm hoping by next weekend that I'll be able to start using it. Because I have everything set up as far as software side is. It's
Download.
just all the yep, and you know, like No Man's Land is just waiting for us to jump back on it. It's these little hardware pieces that we didn't know I was gonna need, and um that's just holding things up at the moment. And then like today, like I ended up ordering more stuff today because I just keep like, oh yeah, I forgot to order that. I needed that piece too. So I had to go
Yeah.
back and reorder more stuff.
I guess that's the thing about having Prime. I mean, sometimes like order quite a bit, but like sometimes there are times it's like we're almost making multiple orders every day because it's like, oh yeah, I need this $2 thing or whatever. Now, of course, like buy some hard to get locally spices.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make certain gotta use the server.
Yeah.
It was don't use the Thai kitchen. Some of these bulk, like even like Whole Foods doesn't have, doesn't guarantee. I have to into Denver to some Asian that can't even read the labels half the time, to find it, and I've done that. A lot of times they have the same thing there, and it said, and a lot of this stuff, it's rare that some in here with having a warehouse, I can't get it in days or less. And
Yeah.
weird stuff. That's the really weird stuff. Was it? I I was in, oh, model kit. That's it. Um, like these. It's for a project. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Model kit though. But I like looked it up on Amazon and I looked it up on eBay. It's a little bit cheaper, but with shipping, Amazon like the same price. And I looked at it and it's like order within 6 hours and 3 minutes and have it tomorrow by 6 p.m. I'm like, like really this not common model kit that I was having a hard time finding at a hobby shop and stuff is just sitting in an Amazon warehouse. I mean, I guess that's the thing. Where am I
The
going
truck's
next?
there with you.
Oh, okay. I guess
Um,
I'll
I just brought it over, and then we're
run much.
going up to, I think it's 29. My map just flipped over. Yeah, 29's the last field that we have to have. Oh, I completely lost the road here. Oh, it's because it turned and I didn't, I think. Or maybe it ended. The road ended. you're not probably on the. You probably don't have the right seed for
Oh,
that bin.
oh yeah, yeah, whatever. I only have two.
What do you? What did you
Well, it should
harvest?
be. It's like wheat.
Because I can't see your. I can't
Yeah, I
see
know
what
you
you
probably
had.
can't. It's not the barley or whatever.
We've been we've been doing wheat and canola.
It, no, it's probably canola.
Well,
One of them should.
we have we have canola though. It's in that bin right there. So it can't be. You must have barley. Let me see.
Maybe.
No,
Well,
it's oat. It's oat. That's why. Um, let me bring. Hold on a second. Let me bring.
well, it's all right. Because what am I
Here,
doing
no, I
now?
got it.
Okay,
You got a green card. That's what we have.
okay. Because I was gonna say there's not much.
Yeah.
I can go cut something. Second. All right. All right.
I went up through
Okay, there we
I
go. There's
went
a
up
well. There's
through another field. Yep, that's the last field to harvest.
got traffic.
Yep.
Tucker liked having the. Getting better at like driving and actually like paying.
Uh-huh.
Like I think he's
Well,
now that
it's
he
good.
understands.
Maybe by the time he learns to drive, he'll have a little bit of understanding.
Yeah, Well, they say, you know, they, I'm finding running from cab view, going around the edges with the trees, actually works. The
Oh yeah.
tree graphics don't get in the cameras. I couldn't play this way. The
Yeah.
I was thinking about the app stuff. Of course, with your laptop, I have updated the graphics, right? I mean, usually it'll bother you and to update the drivers, assuming you've done that
Um,
on your laptop.
no, but this is like even when I first started running.
Well, yeah, well, no, I mean, you always have to, always new versions coming
Nope,
out. So,
nope. I've never done that.
well, then that could be, I got to thinking about that could be your problem. Yeah, they come out with updates. I don't want to say always quarterly, but quarterly sometimes. That just
Well,
don't. Oh,
Swanee said that
but usually
as
it
far as
pesters you.
updating that stuff though, he goes, you really don't have to update them unless you're buying a new game. He goes,
Well,
he goes because that's really the only time that they need updated is because the new game has what
has
has
something.
them and you don't.
Well, right, but sometimes there's some bug fix. I'm just saying it could be a contributing factor because it's a third party mod, so it's some some shader something is in the new driver.
Well,
Could be.
it could be.
I'm not saying it is the. It's another contributing factor.
Yeah.
I always update them because the hell no. Kind of like
Well,
Windows
and
Update.
the other thing is like um if I were to achieve running a 16x map on a laptop, I've never heard of anybody else ever trying it, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like everybody else is an actual has an actual PC that play them. So I'm like, I don't.
Well, my ink
That's why I was like,
well,
I
and my
don't
inkling
know.
is it's more about that VRAM. Well, don't have enough VRAM to do every do it all
Yeah,
loaded in.
because there's not a ton of them, but there's like two now that I wouldn't mind having a go at. Like, but the problem is, the other problem is, so the people that make them, they're really into making stuff, and so they've got things down where they got like this production, which feeds this production, which feeds this production, which feeds this production, and they got things chained out um and it's crazy. It's like the kind of style that I play on maps, I don't know. I mean, I could play them on that map, but that's not how those maps are usually done.
Well, and you're finding out this is just par for the course kind of things for gaming, and that is when console people, uh, the whole war, console versus tongue in cheek war is like, well, console it just works. Well, yeah, because the hardware will never change, or the hardware is all the same. Console player, because Sony or Microsoft controls, but what's in that
Yeah.
box? Whereas
Yep.
PC, it can be anything. So game developers try to shoot for somewhere in the middle, somewhere where the for the masses, I guess.
Mhm.
And got better, good, got worse, probably have to turn your settings down. Like, got to tweak things.
Yeah.
That's just, and that's kind of how it always has been, even back in the. You had to kind of be the computers that, or at least understand what the computer is doing, work optimal.
Yeah.
And of course, that back in those days, it's like have us wanted the best, had to have the best sound card. They also had options crappy sound, but you had to choose them before you started the game. And just some games just didn't work if you didn't have. That's less of a thing these days, but it still is a thing. Like you
Yeah.
can't play this on 10-year-old. Maybe you could. Not like we're.
I don't know. I just like I kind of just want to try it. It's like maybe I won't like the maps and stuff, but like um I also at the same time I don't know because I've never tried one, so maybe I would like it.
I don't know, just that big of a map, just getting around, getting lost might be a bit
But
of a.
that's the other thing, and it's like um you couldn't just do what I did where you had to where I could just reset to wherever I
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
basically.
I saw you just slide in, but yeah. Well, you probably can, but it's actually gonna take a take a little.
But I got to think about it. You bring up bringing uh Green Valley over. I'm like, you know, I mean, we're kind of done streaming that map. I like that map and stuff, and it's like I might actually like playing the map on the big screen TV. Maybe I should do a screw around on that.